This is the study guide for section 13.2. We're going to look at 45, 45, 90 triangles. Remember what we discussed in the lesson portion of our videos. When you have a 45, 45, 90 triangle that looks like that, the legs are the same, the acute angles are the same, your biggest angle is a right angle. Your legs, if you know one, you know the other. If you want the hypotenuse, you take that leg and then multiply it with the square root of 2. So if you're given a leg, it's that easy. You don't need to show any work. You don't need a calculator. You don't need to spend a lot of time. This should take 2 seconds tops to do this. And if you go backwards, dividing this guy by the square root of 2 gives you your legs. It's essentially just removing the square root of 2 is what happens. Okay? I'm going to show you how fast you should be able to do this. I'm going to skip number 1, though. You'll see why in a second. So we've got a 45, 45, 90 triangle. Your legs are the same. Your hypotenuse is that leg times the square root of 2. That's all you do. There's no work, no calculating. Number 3, same kind of problem. If you know a leg, then the other leg matches it. The hypotenuse is that same leg times the square root of 2. 8 square root of 2. We're going to skip number 4. Let's go to number 6. This is a square, but inside of a square, you have 2 45, 45, 90 triangles. So one side of the square is actually a leg of your 45, 45, 90 triangle. So if one's 20, the other one's 20. That diagonal of the square is the hypotenuse of the right triangle. It would just be 20 times the square root of 2. That's all you do. Okay, now these other 3 were considered hard examples on our notes. 45, 45, 90 triangle. If you know one leg, the other one is exactly the same as it. If you want the hypotenuse, you take that leg length and you multiply it with the square root of 2. This looks complicated, but it isn't. These 2 terms, both are radicals, so you can multiply them together. The 11 just goes along for the ride. Square root of 2 times square root of 2 is 2. 11 times 2 is 22. So look at this example. We were given legs, 11 square roots of 2. The hypotenuse ended up being 22. What if you knew that the hypotenuse is 22? Would you know that the legs were 11 square roots of 2? It's the same thing, only backwards. That's what we have here. Notice how your hypotenuse is a whole number. There's no radical there. If you want the legs, you're essentially dividing it by the square root of 2, which gives you this. Remember the little trick. Take 18 divided by 2. That's the number that you put in front of the square root of 2. Okay, so now number 1 is not a challenge at all. It's just 6 square root of 2 for your legs.